Hey guys, it's me. Um, so, um, so today, I took a shower last night. If you can't tell, maybe you can't, but yeah, my hair, yeah. Anyway, I took a shower last night and I wanted to do a video about my hair. Not my hair, that came out wrong. Just people in general with hair like mine, I guess. So, I think it's true with anybody. I think people get the assumption that everybody has the same kind of hair if you're mixed or if you're black or, and we don't. Um, but, maybe it's the other way too. I don't know. I've never heard that. So people with hair that's sort of like mine, um, so frizzy and dry or whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people don't know that it comes in different textures, meaning you can get one wet and it might take a long time for it to soak up all the water. Another one might soak it up better. There's so many different textures, and it's really funny, like people think, oh, they're all the same. So when I did growing up, I did use grease. Like we had the coconut oils, we had the, green goop, and that's what I call it. We had all that my dad used to put in my hair. And he was really good at doing my hair. I had relaxers. Relaxers are not for everybody. I know I did one recently, but they're not for everybody. Again, my hair is very coarse, but it's fine hair. So I kind of get both worlds, I guess, very fine. So because of that, I cannot keep a relaxer on the amount it says. I can't even keep it on 5 minutes. It literally burns my scalp and puts scabs in my hair. And of course, I grew up getting relaxers sometimes when I lived with my dad. Otherwise, I had braids with the beads, and so he would hire people to do my hair. And but otherwise, he did my hair. In my family, my dad's side, when someone did your hair, you were not allowed to cry. That's a lot coming from me because I'm so tender-headed. No, everybody said, "Oh, you'll outgrow it once you comb your hair more and brush your hair more. Like you'll grow out of it." No, no, I didn't. My son is actually worse than me, and of course, he keeps big hair. Um, so you explain that one to me. So I comb my son's hair. But when I was little, you would have thought someone was trying to murder me, trying to comb my hair. But when I was younger, I had one cousin that you were not allowed to cry if she did your hair. And so I would sit on the floor in front of her and do silent crying. And when I could feel that she was almost done with my hair, I would hurry up and wipe my eyes and pretend I wasn't crying, and I was happy. Anyways, so yeah, I am very tender-headed. So yeah, growing up, I used a lot of, like, my dad would use the grease in my hair. My mom, poor thing, she really never knew how to do my hair. She did try. When I was 6, 7 years old, she basically let me take over doing my own hair. Because she didn't know how to do it. And honestly, I didn't know how to do it either. I had no idea how to do it. So it's funny because I went to beauty school, guys, but I can't do my own hair. I can do my kids' hairs. I can do my husband's, like, I can do people's hair. I can't do my own. I've never really learned how to do hair like mine. As I mentioned before, being brought up with my mom, she loved big hair. She loved afros. She loved my hair to be down, and I hate my hair down. I hate big hair. I prefer hair like this. I would like even flatter if I could have it. If I could figure out how to do it. Anyway, so yeah, I was brought up with her. I am fine having the hair with no body. No, structure to it. But, yeah, my mom, her hair apparently, when she was in school, I guess people were in awe of her hair because they said it felt like black people hair. I don't know what that really means, but I'm just repeating what she told me. Anyways, that her hair was more like, theirs. And and a lot of her friends were black. So, yeah. And so I would use the goop. Then when I was in middle school, I had a few friends, I mean, obviously. And one of my friends was also a biracial girl who, again, we all grew up together. I didn't really start hanging out with her until middle school. And she didn't use all that. And it's funny because in our town where I'm from, it's not a big town. So people would see her walking through town and think it was me. And and like, I don't know if people ever thought I was her, but people definitely thought she was me walking through town. Anyway, so I started hanging out with her, and she, on top of it, was a cheerleader for our middle school, and just, everybody seemed to love her. Anyway, so we were friends, and I noticed she didn't use all the grease and stuff, and I'm like, So she then only used mousse for her hair. And of course, I'm like, really? So I started using mousse, and I loved it. Anyway, so she is moused in her hair, and I'm like, oh, cool. She taught me how to use mousse. Oh, it was wonderful in my hair. Because if you don't know people like me, now not everyone, I have learned, but a lot of people that have my kind of hair, or sort of like my hair, we don't make like grease in our hair. So it's very dry. So but my son, if you saw his hair, which you would guess is a lot like mine, but he makes grease. And so a lot of people, I used to hear growing up, oh my gosh, my hair is so greasy, I have to wash it. It's so gross. And I'm like, huh? Because I don't make it. And a lot of people don't, in their hair. And that's why they use the gunk and, to kind of give it moisture. So like using soda lotion on your skin, right? Gives you moisture. Helps keep everything in and not dry, right? But yeah, so I don't make it. But so I started using mousse because the grease is it's grease. I gotta put my head on a pillow, and guess what? Now I just stain the pillow because all that grease got on it, right? And that's not fun. My grandma, even with nothing in my hair, you were not allowed to lay down on my grandma's couch because, everybody's hair has grease in it. She didn't understand, mine did not, unless I added it. So, and she didn't want anyone's head grease on her couch, So yeah, so I started using mousse, And then I got to the point that I don't use anything anymore. I do, I shower, I do shampoo, conditioner. I don't do anything unless it's something from the dermatologist that I go to. How about that? Um, I don't use anything. And that's probably why my hair always looks like crap. But, I just prefer not to. And I feel better doing it that way. I mean, I do use the hot comb that you guys saw, or I have a straightener, which I don't use all the time. So, hair is hair. It's replaceable. It's not replaceable if it doesn't grow, obviously, but hopefully if your hair is still growing, you're good. But yeah, I mean, as you guys see, I don't even really dye my hair, and that's why you see white hair, but I'm good with that. So far, it doesn't bother me. Not saying that I won't get to the point that one day it doesn't bother me, but it doesn't right now. So, I know when I first got when my dad used to take me for my relaxers, we used to go to the beauty academy, and which is a beauty school, where I'm from, and my hair would be so short, and curly, because I have lost a lot of my curls even without the relaxers. I had more defined curls, but they weren't like Shirley Temple curls either. And I have lost some of that throughout my life, which, I'm getting older. I expect to lose some stuff, right? And people would be so shocked when I would get a relaxer how long my hair actually was. So I'm not going to lie, I have cut my hair quite a few times in my life, for different reasons. I wanted a different look, so my hair's not as long as it used to be. I don't even know at this point in my life if my hair is even growing anymore. So, cause my hair definitely, not as long as, obviously, when I was little. My dad loved my hair, and so he didn't yell at me when I cut my hair, but he definitely wasn't happy, but he didn't say anything either, so, if that makes sense. Which I'm surprised. Anyways, they would be so shocked when they would put a relaxer how long my hair ended up being. Just, having the relaxer in really straightens out that hair, and people, I guess, don't realize how, like, when our hair is up to here, if you put a relaxer in, usually it's down to our backside. So people don't seem to realize that. Anyways, so yeah, that is why and my hair is one that it does get wet pretty well. Like, if I go in the shower or get in the pool, it gets pretty wet. I mean, my son's hair is kind of cool because I love his hair. So I wouldn't want it for me, but, I do love it, especially if he gets in pool water. He gets the ringlet curls, which he does not normally have, no matter what. And they are so pretty. And I'm like, oh, don't wash your hair. But, he wants to get that pool water out of his hair. But it's so pretty. I'm like, how do you not keep those? I wish he could keep those. Anyways, because they're so defined. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. I think I'm going to go see my mom, but it's 13 degrees today, so we'll see. Talk to you guys later. Bye.